Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh. Shem Yahweh Shah, Shem Dash. Double honors go out to the apostles of Great Millstone, who continue through the Holy Spirit to teach us His truth. All right. This is Naaman of the DC camp, and as you can see on the screen here, this is from the Epic Times, all right, .com. It says number of states dropping federal jobless boost rises to 22. Common theme here, all right. As usual, your beloved politicians continue to play games with you people, but obviously you would still love to have it so since you keep voting for these pieces of shit, all right. And it says, let's see, as you see here, the sign in the end cap, it says, we are hiring dishwashers, prep cooks, line cooks. See, here's the thing. Because of the quote-unquote magic virus, which started all over a year now, this has exposed this system for what it is, all right? Things have gotten to the point where used to you had what was considered a fringe group that said and kept telling people, you know, this country's had it, everything's taken, you know, a turn for the worse, and people would laugh and mock and fan their hand and say you're full of shit, you're lying, and whatever else. But with this and the middle class suffering really, really bad, now you've come to a point where you're only going to have the rich and the poor. There's no more middle class, all right? So now they want to make like, well, we had to prop this thing up by, or at least giving the appearance of doing so, by giving the average citizen these payouts to keep them preoccupied, all right, while we continue to do our dirt. So maybe they don't pick up on it, that this is all being orchestrated, all right? Because the thing is, they want to go to a digital system. All right, this is about we as Israelites have to come to grips with the fact that these Edomites do not want to let us go as those Hamites in ancient Egypt, all throughout whatever other kingdoms we were subject unto. This one is no different, all right? And it's really bad now because of the technology the way it is. And he evidently feels that he has perfected said technology to the point where when he goes digital, he's going to have total control, all right? You are not going to be able to work side gigs or anything like that to earn extra money because everything is going to be tracked, all right, through this system that the magic virus is buying time for them to set up, all right? See, there's layers to this that are interconnected. And what I mean by that is, of course, we're talking about financial, but you're talking about the military that's in cahoots. You're talking about your politicians, your local government, whatever have you, they're in cahoots with this 6 feet distance and all this other bullshit, the mask. While you're preoccupied with that, you're not noticing other things like, I don't know, people are picking up on, you know, the gas prices rising, and that's, they say, it's for several reasons. Goods and services, all right, those prices for that are rising. So with inflation here, things get out of hand real easy. And then you're talking about hyperinflation, all right? All you have to do is study the Weimar Republic. How's that spelled? W-E-I-M-A-R. It's in Germany, all right? It's not a good situation to be in, but this, especially here in America, because everyone's trying to get away from this tyrant, for lack of a better word, all right, that America is. And our condition should have been an example to the rest of the world, but we know that everyone was in cahoots. You think of Psalms 83, all right? But now that they're getting screwed over, now they want to yell, "See, we knew, we know who you were," and well, to hell with you, It goes on to say, this week, Indiana, Oklahoma, and Texas joined 19 other, now here's the key, Republican-led states, because let's face it, these motherfuckers are still hurt, all right? They just thought they had it on lock, but they were going to get, or continue their control, all right? But we know that the elites are the ones that have the final say. On elites, I mean the banking families, and this all trickles down. So he wasn't reselected. I'm talking about Trump. So now you got somebody that wants to be a globalist. His regime is in now. So now you're going to have an uptick, what was one of the first things he did when he got in office? He signed all this legislation that benefited what? The LGBT and Q and whatever else letter that comes through that. And all these other, weird organizations, all right? It says they're moving to drop the $300 weekly federal jobless benefit boost in a bid to encourage the unemployed to get back to work amid sky-high levels of job openings and businesses hiring woes. Well, far be it from me to question, but maybe that's what you get for shutting everything down for what? Nothing? It says the move by the 3 states to opt out of the $300 top-up, which was part of President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, brings the number of states to do so to 22. And here are the states: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, West Virginia, and Wyoming all plan to end the $300 boost, along with other federal unemployment benefits at some point this summer. It says at some point this summer. Somebody might be in for a 4th of July treat. All right. Just putting that out there. It says the governor of Texas, the biggest state of the lot, said in a letter to the Biden administration that his state's economy is booming and employers are hiring in communities throughout the state. In fact, the amount of job openings in Texas is far greater than the number of Texans looking for employment, making these unemployment benefits no longer necessary. All right, and that's Texas Governor Greg Abbott right here. This devil, all right. It says, in a further bid to encourage people to take jobs, some states, Arizona, New Hampshire, Montana, and Oklahoma, have announced plans to provide hiring incentives. New Hampshire's Republican Governor, Chris Sununu, said in a May 19 tweet, "Today we launched our summer stipends program to get people back to work, and announced we're ending our participation in federal unemployment programs. The summer stipends offers $500 to $1,000 one-time bonuses for individuals who get a job that pays $25 an hour or less and stay in that job for at least 8 weeks. Let's get back to work," Sununu said. See, unfortunately, and I did it like that because you jakes, see, you go for shit like this, and a lot of you want to stay here because, wow, your oppressor gives you, treats and gifts, and however you want to put it, all right? And what, well, let's get that. This is, Ecclesiastes. says, wisdom and folly contrasted, which is the heading. Let's go down to verse 7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. And you see that with a lot of jakes, you know. This so-called white man, these Edomites, treat Jake any kind of way. And all he has to do is smile at you and give you a little something. You're convinced that after all that, oh, he's okay now. And you don't understand that the effects of, well, let's go into that. Let's go into, let's see.